Last week, we ripped our mainsail and had an engine failure offshore on our way south towards the Bahamas.
Something's wrong.
You have to take a deep breath. I have to look this up, okay?
After we calmed down, we got our head sail back out and downwind sailed the rest of the way to the West Palm Beach inlet, where we scheduled a towboat to come grab us. After spending almost 2 months rebuilding a drive leg, we were anxious to figure out what happened and what was causing that clunking sound this time.
After we got settled in West Palm Beach, I started looking around the engine and drive leg trying to figure out where that clunking was coming from. It turns out that the nut came loose and fell off the bolt of the coupling, which is the piece that connects the engine transmission to the drive leg to spin our prop. It was such a relief to figure out that it was such a small repair to fix this coupling and that the drive leg is completely fine and still working great. I was prepared to rebuild it if needed, but I'm so happy to find out that we do not have to go through that again.
Now that we know what the problem is, we can get it done quickly. We realize we have a weather window coming up in a couple days to cross to the Bahamas, which means we need to fix the coupling, sew the mainsail, provision for the Bahamas, and edit a video before we take off.
We are cooking nonstop. We have so much to do. Need to provision, but most importantly, I need to get the mainsail repaired. I need to get the mainsail down and sew it back together so that we can get going, because we can't wait on a new mainsail. Plus, we bought a sewing machine, so what's the point of having a sewing machine if you're not going to use it? So it's broken, we can fix that.
Promise shelter, but walls were thin. Then carried me without caution. Want something else, but I end up here.
A little more work than I thought. Didn't think I would have to take off the lazy jack, or the sail bag, I guess. Take down the lazy jacks, but that's how it goes. We have it off. Yeah, we have it down so we can sew it tomorrow so that we can sail Saturday.
Right after he got the mainsail down, Patrick took off to start provisioning for our crossing. It might sound crazy, but I'm honestly a little bit sad that I'm not going with Patrick to provision. Provisioning sucks. It's not fun at all to go buy a million things and move them to the boat. And yeah, it's not like a fun chore, but I just love being with him and I enjoy suffering together, I guess. We got this. We are so over spending money on rental cars. It's not something we usually do. Just with all of the repairs and everything that's happened, we've ended up having to use them more often. Thankfully, this is the last time we have to do it. The car rental place ran out of cars and ended up giving us a Jeep Wrangler, which was kind of fun. It was at least pretty big for provisioning, so that came in handy.
Okay, so I just rushed through the Aldi. We are trying to get all of our provisioning done basically in a day. Trying to do Aldi, Costco, and Trader Joe's. Have to hit an Ace and a Chase Bank. But yeah, like I'm in a super big rush trying to get everything on some lists we made. Luckily, some nice man gave me his cart at the Aldi because I did not have a quarter. So thank you to that man. I hope he finds a quarter on the ground or something. I spent most of the time on the phone with Michaela, so I forgot to record. But yeah, we're on to Costco and then hopefully sneak in Trader Joe's right at the end. Let's make it happen.
Everything felt so rushed here. I needed to work on a video and also try to organize and get rid of some stuff around the boat that we didn't need to take to the Bahamas, which meant that Patrick went off to provision on his own. Which, truthfully, he's not a bad shopper, but he is a bit of an over shopper. But I'm sure I will be grateful for the extra supplies once we get down there.
We're now at the Costco. 45 minutes in and out.
We made a shopping list, but we didn't have time to really think through and plan exactly what we needed, so we'll have to supplement things along the way.
Okay, really no time to pack stuff up nicely. We'll do that at the dock. For now, we're just getting everything in the car. One last stop, Trader Joe's. Got like 45 minutes. And then we'll head home. Well, we'll head to the dock and then have to somehow get this out to the boat. Then Walmart tomorrow and we should be set. 35 minutes left until Trader Joe's closes. We're making good time. Like $650, $700 gone. But this is supposed to be provisioning for months. So a lot of upfront costs, but hopefully saves us in the long run of not having to buy stuff in the Bahamas. Time to lock in again.
Emotionally, this was a bit of a whirlwind. I think we were both in a little bit of shock after that last passage.
Oh, this is not good. Okay, hold on. Gotta think. I know. You okay?
I might puke, but I'm okay. Truthfully, we got off the boat for 2 nights and went and saw some family nearby. We still love our boat Talia and we still love boat life, but I think it's understandable that we needed a second to recover after that experience. We just needed to catch our breath so that we could get back on board and push forward.
I'm trying to put everything into bags so that I can have an easier time getting into the dinghy. Ugh, it's gonna be brutal, but we got this. I'm so motivated to just get to the Bahamas.
Maybe I should be grateful I wasn't there. Patrick seems to be losing it.
Arguably manic, so there's that. But I just feel good. I feel good about just getting things fixed quick and getting going again. Let's keep packing stuff up. Almost there, almost there. I ended up beaching the dinghy and then backing the Jeep up onto the sand to make it easier to load everything. We just back the Jeep up, move this stuff, we'll be chilling. Seems easy enough. Probably could go back a little further, but I see these tread things over here, and I'm like, I don't need to get stuck in the sand at 10 o'clock at the boatyard. So I think this is pretty close enough.
Crunch under my feet. You never really said it all till you said it all. Testing now. Where do
Who's excited to see if I'm strong enough to push the dinghy in deep enough water that we can get going again? I am. I'm excited.
we've not, but I need to know. Where do we go from here?
I spent this whole day editing while Patrick was out provisioning, and then we stayed up till about 1 or 2 in the morning sorting things out. This included removing can labels and any other cardboard and paper.
We still can't believe that the coupling failed at the exact same time our sail ripped. What are the chances? We are so relieved that it wasn't something bigger though, and that the drive leg is okay.
The next day I started really trying to organize and go through everything while Patrick went back to revisioning and the hardware store. He came by and dropped off the stuff from the store and then had to take off right away again to return the rental car. Usually when we have to load stuff onto the boat, we like to move everything into the cockpit and then everything inside from there. This was a little bit defeating because I had just gotten the boat cleaned up and everything put away, and now I had to do it all over again. We now have some food in some very strange places around the boat. It's really hard to fit everything when you're stocking up like this. It costs around $1,600 to buy food, toiletries, and a few other things from the hardware store. On the bright side, we know once we get to the Bahamas, we're going to be on the hook and only spending money on fresh food once in a while, so our expenses are about to go down.
We have our sewing machine out and about. Look at this beaut. I'm hoping that we have enough thread down here, but we're just gonna have to try to send it and see. It really shouldn't be that long of a repair. I don't know, any other sewing fans in the house excited about this? I really like sewing. So outside of just like, it's nice to be able to make sail repairs, I feel like it's gonna be nice to just sew stuff in general. I don't know if we're actually gonna repair the sail here. We might have to bring it up to the front deck. But we might be able to do it here. Things have gone a little off the rails. I'm trying to, our leech line is out a little bit. I gotta get this sail up closer to where it belongs. But that means I have to like pull the sail closer to it here. Just kind of tied up the line over on that cleat. But I was like, okay, I need a little more space, and now we're just like into the boat. There we go. Big stretch. Look, now we're kind of good to go here. Now we're just gonna roll this back up. I invited over a new friend, Lance, who we met through Trout. Lance has way more, well, sailing as well as general life experience than I do. He's been sailing his entire life and has patched many sails up. We are super grateful he was willing to come over and lend a hand with this repair.
See how I'm pulling back this way?
Yeah.
Because this got stretched out and this is sliding forward.
Yeah.
I line it up because I can't have a wrinkle in it. So I line my hole up right here.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it up there.
That's the money, Lance. That's awesome. The sailcloth itself did not actually have a tear. The threads on the seam had just come undone where they connect. There was a super small tear on the edge, but this was much less bad than originally thought. We taped it all together. I say we, me and Lance. Now we have this all good to go. We did some tests on a little piece of sail tape to just make sure the tension is correct. And now we're gonna give this a spin. What could go wrong, you know? Do I need to like do a reversing, like go forward and then reverse a little bit to lock it here?
Yep, that's a good idea. Just go a few stitches forward, a few stitches back, then go forward. Keep going. Now go back. Now go forward the rest of the way.
Looks okay though so far.
Pretty good. You can see where it slipped and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I tightened this up a little more
Yeah.
because it's not pulling it through.
So keep sending it?
Yeah, go for it.
So it's slipping when like, when it does a thread again, but it's like not pulling it through, right?
That's happening.
Yeah.
So you might need to tighten this up a little more.
Yeah. Because really like every time it goes, every time the foot moves, this thing should be sliding, you know?
Right. See, look here. You stitch the hole in, look how that is.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, you know?
And there are a lot of times they're like this. So you did good.
It's not perfect,
Hey, you did good.
but it's doing okay.
Nothing's perfect. Nothing.
Amen, brother.
The only perfection that there is perfectly imperfect.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to wrap this up here.
Put that over there. This over here. So the other one.
We would love to get a new mainsail, and it is on our minds. We originally wanted to find a lightly used one for a decent price, but the issue is our mainsail is pretty small and oddly shaped, so finding something used is almost impossible. So we're getting quotes to have one made, but we also reached out to Sailrite for just the materials to see if we could sew one up ourselves. I know that sounds a little crazy, but might also be kind of fun.
There you go. There you go. I'll put basin tape on both edges. Perfect.
We lined up the sail and sewed it back together, adding a little extra patch where it ripped.
I woke up with a headache this morning, trying to get ready because we're taking off at like 4 in the morning. So we got like 12 hours now. I'm sorry to be so complainy. I'm just having a rough day. And I think like I'm just having a lot of anxiety because our last sail went so badly, and this is the first time we're going out into the open water again. So I'm kind of freaking out. But I also like think it's one of those things where the longer we push off not going, the more the fear is going to build, if that makes sense. So at the same time, like I do think I just need to go out there. I'm just trying to breathe. On the bright side, Brett and Marissa are literally coming down the inlet here right now. We haven't seen them in a couple months, and I'm hoping we get to say hi tonight before we take off, because that would be wonderful. I really, really miss them. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if we get to say hi to them. That'd be nice. Although I don't feel good, so say hi to me when I'm all cranky. Yeah, this has just been like some of the longest, busiest days that we've ever had. It's just never ending, getting the boat ready, doing the shopping, doing the repairs, trying to edit this video. We had like 2.5 days to do all of that, and this whole day I haven't felt good. So I am sorry for the negative energy right now. Okay, so thanks to Lance, we now have some good patches on our sail. He kind of guided me through the process. I did the sewing bits, but he really showed me a lot and taught me a lot and explained a lot of things to me. And now instead of having a completely busted mainsail, we have one that is kind of patched together. Could be a little cleaner, but it'll get the job done for now. So I think we're gonna call that good. Now let's try to get it back up. I think first I'm gonna try to put it back in the sail bag so that I can bring it back up there a little easier. Try to get this batten back in here. There we go. I think the way you generally try to do this
You gotta take like a something. I think sometimes people have like additional little spreader bits. Just push that guy in there and then clamp it down, and then it's supposed to stay kind of put. Now the battens are back in. Now it should really not be so bad. You just gotta feed the whole sail up here. Sailbag location could be slightly better, I think. I think it might be just a touch too far back, but that's how it goes. Let's just finish getting this stuff back in and on so that we can sail tomorrow. So then the last thing is making sure we get all of the tracks up. Lance was telling me about a way to clean it a little bit, so we'll have to try that later. But for now, we're just gonna try to get this guy back up here. We're gonna have to replace a couple cars, but other than that, I think we're pretty good for kind of what we have to deal with here. It's not perfect, but nothing ever is.
The only perfection that there is perfectly imperfect.
Hello.
We get 45 minutes to hang out.
45 minutes to chat before everyone has to part their ways.
When's the last time we saw you guys?
Wrightsville. Like
Do you
before
know how
Christmas.
long? Before Christmas?
Yeah, before
Yeah.
Christmas.
We
been a
made it!
We all
You're
made
back! They just got back from the Bahamas.
Literally
You
like
gotta go
an
again.
hour and a half ago. I
Yeah.
think we're gonna go back.
You've been in the States for so little time.
And then you
And I'm
guys,
already sick of it. I already want to go back.
you guys are going
Tonight.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tonight,
It's
4
super
a.m.
exciting. When we were coming in, I didn't think we would notice, but when you're out at sea, it's like nice, and then when you start to get closer, maybe like 20 miles, I could start to smell like smog and stuff. And like,
yeah.
and like I was like, it stinks.
I know
coming
what you
in.
mean. It's like you could smell the land.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
it
Breathe
smells
better
bad.
out there.
Yeah.
It was so much nicer out
Yeah.
After about, I don't know, maybe the hardest 6 or 7 days of my life, I think we're ready to cross the Bahamas. Waking up here in this, I'm very, very excited. We're here.